So guys, welcome to today's panel, and my name is Ting. I'm the communication officer at Cointelegraph China, and also a reporter at CG Global. So before we start the panel, I'd like our guests to introduce yourself to our audience in China and our global audience out there. Who would like to start first? Let's see.
I would start. So, Hi everyone. My name is Sergej. I am a co-founder of OneH. So, you have maybe seen already OneH somewhere. Also, our second product, Paraswap. So, we try to invent and solve problems in DeFi space, working hard since more than 12 months. Started by hacking on hackathons and participating on all the events, Ethereum events, DeFi events, and built our product on an Ethereum hackathon in New York last year. So that's all from my side.
Cool, welcome, thank you. Maria, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, I can go. So I'm Mounir. I'm founder of CarSwap, which is a liquidity aggregator on the Ethereum blockchain. And for dApps and traders, so we allow these guys to have access to the best prices along multiple exchanges on the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And what's going next? Alessandra?
Yes, I can go next. So I'm Aleksandar Kuzmanovic. I'm a co-founder of bloXroute from Chicago, and we've been in space for 3 years already. So basically what we do is we scale blockchains. We help blockchains achieve much higher TPS than they can without changing a single line of their native code. But in the meantime, of course, given the whole DeFi world and everything going on in that space, we are providing a set of APIs for DeFi users to help them hear about transactions sooner, better than anybody else, so that they can execute or send transactions faster on the blockchain. So I guess this is why I'm here, because otherwise we are not a classical DeFi project, but we do provide some really useful APIs for those who use those applications.
Very nice. So we're talking about high gas price today. As we know that today when you use Uniswap and MetaMask, and when you do the transaction, the transaction on the Ethereum is way too high, and everybody has been complaining about it. So that's why we have this panel discussion where you can provide some insights of what are some of the solutions for that. But let's go first, like why is it there's a high gas fee right now? Curious to know.
I would start. My co-founder Anton Bukov published, I guess today or tonight, a tweet about the real usage of Ethereum, and it's huge. It's really huge, and everyone said there are like 20,000 people in Ethereum, but it's not true. It's much more. So because of this DeFi hype and I would say small bull run. We have a lot of people who is using Ethereum, and the gas price is just exploding. This is answer from my side regarding that.
So it's too much usage at the moment. Too many people doing the transactions.
It's already a lot of people on board on Ethereum, and we need, of course, to scale because it will come more very soon.
I totally agree. That's exactly what's happening right now. DeFi became very attractive to many users, and right now we see in the last couple of days, Uniswap became the third biggest exchange in crypto, not only in DeFi. So many people are coming at the same time, and Ethereum blockchain is very scarce. So much transactions can be made. But the good thing we can see it like positively is that there is a demand for DeFi. The fact that the people are willing to pay these gas prices in order to get in, because they want to get into, and we see a high value. So we can see it also in this angle.
So what's the price right now? Is that 30 or 50? Whoa. Between 30 and 50 USD or higher?
It's right now 359 gas.
How much?
359 Gwei in the fast. Yeah, it depends where you're looking, and it's huge. Maybe back to the numbers. So what Anton published tonight is 300K, 200,000 of daily active wallets in Ethereum, 1.5 million weekly active wallets, and 5 million wallets monthly. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Okay.
So basically, I would like to say two things about this. First, I would like to echo Mounir's observation that this is good. Isn't this what we were after, right? We want users. We were crying for years, like, hey, who knows? This is a small space. Nobody wants to use it. Nobody cares. Well, people care, right? And so, I mean, it is a problem, but it is a good problem to have. Like, hey, how do we accommodate so many people who want to use this particular blockchain? And that is a good problem to have. Of course, we can all agree that scaling is the underlying issue, and hence, if there's a way to kind of improve scaling, that would alleviate the problem to an extent, so that if people are capable of sending more transactions, then apparently it would be cheaper. The price would drop down. But again, I like to look at things positively, so I'm looking at this in a positive manner, right?
Mm-hmm. And so you think it's positive. What about some of the risks might associate with this high gas prices? So of course, we have a lot of people are looking at this space now and attracting much more users. But technically speaking, what are some of the risks that could associate with this?
Well,
go ahead.
I was waiting for Sergej to take the lead because that was the pathway that we established. But let me jump in quickly. So basically, if there is a risk, the risk is that there may be other applications who don't have clients who want to spend this much money on pushing data to Ethereum, and they are the ones who could be pushed away from the platform. And so, is it good or bad? I mean, we can discuss about many different things, but this is basically the risk. And so, we will see what happens. But the promise was that smaller fees would attract everyone, both those who want to spend very little to nothing on utilizing the exchange, towards all those who are actually to the Uniswaps and other DeFi applications of the world. So currently what we have is that some are enjoying big time utilizing it. I mean, not enjoying paying a lot of fees, but actually doing what they're doing. And so there is this divide, which unless something happens, can become more permanent. And so those who can't utilize Ethereum because it's so costly are gonna go to other platforms. I guess that's the risk.
Okay. Okay, Sergej, would you like to add something to that?
Yeah, I see also the problem that onboarding of new users is quite difficult right now. So I see it from my friends. So if I meet new friends or maybe some old friends, which I didn't have seen in the last years, I try to onboard them, of course, like with Argent Wallet, for example, and so on and so on. And it was cool that Argent just sponsored the gas for the transaction, but they stopped do that, and now it's really painful to onboard new people, and they're really scared to see a transaction for like $100. And yeah, we need to scale for sure, yeah, to improve the space.
Okay, I'm curious about your decentralized exchange. How would that work when users are sending their funds to, for instance, platforms like Uniswap or MetaMask? Do they have to also pay the high gas fee? I guess they still have to, right? Because it's in the Ethereum.
Yes, sure. It's still, yeah, it's really painful. So right now, also, like if you use directly Uniswap without, for example, 1-inch aggregator, you still pay a lot of gas. Yeah. Also in our case, how we try to optimize the implementation what we have. Of course, every aggregator has overhead, yeah, because of smart contracts and so on and so on. So right now we are going to release today a new update where the user will spend less gas for the transactions, for the aggregations. And very soon we are going to publish a new smart contract which acts similar to Uniswap router with the same overhead which Uniswap has as well. So there are some tricks you can apply. Also our cheat talk, and I can maybe explain a little bit more about that. So which can improve that, but it's really painful. Also just directly using Uniswap or Uniswap, so it's really painful.
Okay. So as Alexandra was saying earlier, that we are looking for solutions now because there is a problem, then everybody is trying to solve the problem now. Great, that's good to know. And Mounir, do you have anything to add on that, the risk part of the high gas fee?
So I don't think there is but the risk, as Sergej and Aleksandar mentioned, those are like risk related to economical risk of not onboarding users, not having DeFi grow, and having DeFi concentrated only on big users, which is something we see today. But if I'm not mistaken, your question was around the technical risk. So I don't think this is something will happen, but definitely the solution is going to the layer 2. It's not ideal. We are looking into some layer 2 solutions like Starkware, Ring, and others. They come with some trade-offs in terms of complexity in the user experience side, also in the complexity of having funds immediately available for the end user. But I think we maybe have to live with those trade-offs temporarily in order to grow DeFi and make it accessible to the mainstream, which is, I think, not the case right now.
Right. Vitalik actually tweeted a couple of days ago of saying, hey, stop complaining about the high gas fee because there are solutions out there already, such as Blueprint and other projects that you just mentioned. But good to know that there's some trade-offs and still need to have more updates. And talking about updates, would Ethereum 2.0 be the solution for this? Because it's aimed at reducing energy in the long term and allow the network to process many more transactions in the future. So would that be the main solution for this? And what's your take on this?
I would start. So from my point of view, if you 2.0 has also trade-offs, you have rethink everything. Yeah, of course, you can migrate. So from a plan, you can migrate the existing smart contracts to Ethereum 2.0, but it's only run in one single shard. It's not scalable. So we have similar situation again. And to have it really scalable, you have to rethink everything. You have to create new standards. And build new protocols based on sharded architecture. My co-founder Anton Gukov already explained it multiple times in several talks. He was working for Mounir protocol, which is already there with sharded blockchain, and like really similar to this, product to Ethereum, because Vitalik take some parts from the white paper from Mounir protocol as well, because they found really nice solutions. And yeah, it's also a trade-off. It's also effort, yeah, to migrate and build really scalable applications and highly efficient for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I can say something on this topic, so we're talking about Ethereum 2.0. I mean, we wish them all the luck and all the best, and the sooner they come, I guess it would be better. But we have to live our lives and actually build our applications and increase the user base even before that happens, right? And so this is where we come into play with as bloXroute. So as soon as I hear a layer 2 solution, I immediately have to counterpack that with layer 0. That's what I heard. That's what I was trying to do over here. So basically, we provide a network infrastructure, and we work together with we help miners to come up with the decisions to increase the gas prices, arguing that it is safe to do that Ethereum as is could be easily scaled to hundreds of TPS, if not more, right now. And so, of course, there are always some political misunderstanding and many different interests happening in the space. But on the before Ethereum 2.0 happens, we'll have to live our lives, and we'll have to make the thing look better and better. So this is basically what we are trying to help with, working with the community, with the transaction generators, with the miners, and everybody else to try to make it as good as it could be in the meantime.
And Mounir?
Yes, definitely. 2.0 may take a while to come for good reasons, for making sure it's secure enough. We saw some early stages. A few weeks ago, there was a testnet that's been deployed, quite had problems, but at least there is a first step into this. And as Aleksandar said, we should not wait because it can take more than expected, which was the case the last couple of years. So I think we should consider solutions that should work immediately because now we have real users in DeFi in large amounts at stake. So yes, 2.0 may be a great solution, but as also Sergej said, that there's also some trade-offs in 2.0 itself. So maybe let's use what's available today and let's leverage it.
Okay. So what are some of the solutions? Oh, Sergej.
I would like to add something to layer 2 solutions. So the problem with layer 2 solutions is they are not composable, not really composable. Yeah. So everyone has to migrate to a specific layer 2 solution, and it should be still secure and scalable. Yeah. So one of the projects we are looking in which direction. I don't say that we are going to do something in layer 2, but what is nice to hack around that and play around with that is ZK rollup, yeah, from the Matters. You have maybe heard about that, guys. They're really good, and it's possible to write all the smart contracts there. It looks like they can scale very, very well. And offer also composability for all the people who migrate their own application into this ZK rollup. This could be maybe a solution for this period until 2.0 is then released. So this is my point of view.
Even if the 2.0, there will be always some composability issues because not everyone may not be in the same shards. So I would expect that major project will have some consensus on moving into a single shard, maybe a single layer 2 solution. Otherwise, I would say what I can maybe think of is new bridges that will be built that can allow this intercomposability between protocols.
Okay, so for those who are not familiar with the technical side of layer 2, could you explain how does it work for the layer 2 solution? Sergej or Alessandra?
I can start. So, for example, ZK rollup, it looks like on the mainnet, there's a smart contract. Everyone can deposit own funds like Ethereum or other tokens, and on the layer 2 side, and own environment, they're like replicated, so they are accessible, and everyone can also just do a withdrawal of these funds. Just one example how it can work. Also, I like maybe another solution for like layer 2. I can bring a Near protocol. Near protocol is already sharded blockchain, and they have a bridge. Anton, my co-founder, wrote the bridge. It's a rainbow bridge, and it can really communicate and shift the tokens between Ethereum network, main network, and Near protocol, main network. And this could be also kind of solution. Then everyone can maybe migrate, but how I already said, sharded architecture needs completely new protocols. You have to rethink everything. Yeah.
I see.
So I mean, just this discussion here tells us that just talking about this isn't easy. It gets complicated, and so which it is and which is fine. But again, like our approach to this is to live in this moment. And so what did we do in this moment? Well, we helped Ethereum scale from 10 to 40. Yes, people are going to tell us, hey, it's nothing, sure, but we did it, right? So everything we are able to push it even further. And at the same time, we are providing in real to today's users some features that they can use on, for example, how they can reduce their fees slightly on Ethereum. We provide an API for people to actually do that in real time, to push transactions faster and hence to win those battles on Uniswap or any other of these great applications. So yes, grand ideas are great. I know that I'm a professor of computer science, so I'm into the business of talking about big ideas, but at the same time, we have to be down to earth and making sure that we make those small steps, because these are also important to keep everybody engaged and to keep the thing going. I mean, we have something already around, right?
Mm-hmm. And Mounir, you were talking about, not everybody would be having the same consensus of moving towards the Ethereum 2.0, and you're saying that more solutions should be created for different things for different usage. So are you saying that the vision for this is actually even more decentralized protocols, and each protocol would have different uses for different users, and would you say that would be the vision for this? And that could be the solution for the low gas price for benefiting the users in the long run?
For low gas price, definitely it's the solutions, because those layer 2 are made to, one of the reasons they are created is to solve the gas issue and to make the blockchain more scalable and have more bandwidth for users. There are two approaches I saw that some think that DeFi will move into the same layer 2 solutions, or maybe the same shards on E2.0, which we would all hope it will happen. But the issue is that we don't know when E2.0 will be available. So if we take the layer 2 solutions approach, like the Starkware, the Blueprint, the Optimisms of the world, the question comes for preferences of each project. For instance, the Uniswap would prefer to be on that layer 2 solution, a Kyber would prefer to be on the other layer 2 solutions. So, which like remove the composability benefit that we have in DeFi. So I would say, pragmatically speaking, this will have more chances to happen, I would say, because each team have their own objectives. And I would say some major project like the Uniswap, for instance, they have enough critical mass in terms of users, network effects. So they will move to whatever works for their users. In this case, I would say there will be a new trend of building connection between layer 2s, which will add new complexity. But I think I don't see it happening otherwise. I don't know what you guys think, but I would say the new trends of protocols will be also connecting those layer 2 solutions, which may be fun to watch.
And Professor, is it possible that this could work?
I mean, I'm never talking against the layer 2 or layer 1 or any other solution, because we are all trying to solve the same problem. Whoever solves it, good luck with that. I agree that there is some pretty good logic in what Mounir just explained. My talking point again is, even if you have a lot of layer 2s and whatnot, at some point you would have to use layer 1. And if you want to use layer 1, you want to have the fee not be too crazy, too much. And hence, that's why layer 0 should always be there, because we need to have a healthy layer 1 in order for everything else to happen. So I don't see this being like one is battling against the other. And I don't see, I see all these different approaches as different ideas of how we can solve the same problem. And I do think that we can all coexist in this space, because it's a new space and it's very, very rich, I would say. Not in terms of money, but in terms of what done.
Maybe in terms of money too.
And in terms of money, of course, that's the driving force.
Yes.
course.
I would like to also to add to what Aleksandar said, that we are each year now, and we have to deal with what we have, and to improve that. So one thing what we suggested like a month ago to increase the block limit. I created a vote, and I actually wanted like 50 millions of gas in the block. And the miners decide to go to what is right now 12. So we can tune a little bit. Of course, there are like different people who are saying, oh, it would be insecure and so on and so on. Anyway, Ethereum is not decentralized from my point of view. We have huge pools. There are 3 or 4. 2.5 pools can make their own decision and just to try to destroy that. If they're just going to do that, they can do that. So we have to improve right now the space. And one of the things that we found out last year, like when we started to build 1inch aggregator, at the DEX aggregator on the Ethereum hackathon, we decided to just integrate gas token. You have maybe heard about that. GST2 and GST1 token was actually a kind of small project of 2 guys. One of them is a Russian guy. We met them in Osaka last year, also my co-founder. So they did small research and found out how there's a refund mechanism and in an Ethereum virtual machine, and you can leverage the gas. So you can create smart contracts when the gas price is very low, and in this you leverage the gas price. And if the gas price is much higher, like 3, 4, 5 times higher, you can just destroy the smart contracts and just free the space, and you get a refund. So based on this idea, we decided also to build this year a next iteration of the token. So we introduced a cheap gas token. So we are like martial arts fans, like 1inch. 1inch is coming from Bruce Lee 1inch punch. And the chi, you need the chi as a power in martial arts. So, and this is our power on 1inch. We introduced it also for everyone. Everyone can just buy it or mint it and just use it to burn and get the refund up to like 43% of the gas costs. And that's and sometimes it's also a lot, you know, like if you pay almost a half less the transaction is also great, you know. This is kind of a hack, but still a solution from our point of view. That's from what I said.
So I think also to optimize gas, you need to learn a lot from what arbitrage traders are doing. So they are the guys that are pushing right now, maybe or part of the gas prices are being pushed by arbitrage traders in one part. But also these guys are very clever in optimizing for gas. So gas token that Sergej was mentioning was invented first by arbitrage traders, and gas token was a tokenization of this improvement. So gas token at the end, this is artificial storage you create and you destroy later, as Sergej mentioned. And I think taking or looking at what arbitrage traders are doing can also help us learn a lot, as aggregators has learned on implementing gas token on how gas should be optimized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, before 1inch, I was writing like 2-3 weeks on the arbitrage board, and I have seen all the gas token usage by the arbitrage traders, because they compete between each other and they need to be very efficient. Yeah, and I was successful for like a month with my arbitrage board, and after that it was not really profitable anymore, and we thought, why not to introduce it to everyone, this technology. And I agree also that we need to build efficient things like arbitrage traders do.
So let's talk a couple more practical questions here. Everybody would probably be interested in the price, the Ethereum price, and we're talking about high gas fees and stuff. So would high price fee of the gas can affect the price of Ethereum?
I can start with that and just dodge the question, because if there is anybody who is a bad predictor at what's going to happen with the price of anything, that's me. So whatever I tell you, just do the opposite, and that's what's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm a computer scientist, and when I look at prices, they go up and down, and I have no idea what's going on. But basically, I mean, now to tell you what I actually think, noting that it may go the other way around, is I guess the usage is still something that is appreciated by those who, by creating the price, and hence I think the high gas prices means increasing the Ethereum value, because it demonstrates the usage, right? And so, but again, take my advice with a grain of salt. Let's hear from the DeFi folks what they think, and I'm curious to hear myself, because I don't know.
I can add, I don't like to predict anything, so I see a lot of usage, I see a lot of wallets, and gas price, high gas price is bad from my point of view to onboard new people, but all the people who are already there, like 5 million wallets active in 1 month, are still using that, and you see the last weeks the volume is huge, and like 1 billion of Uniswap volume. This is incredible compared to Coinbase. It's more than on Coinbase, and I wouldn't say it's bad.
Yeah, I would add to that Ether is like a utility token for paying for gas. So it's not, I don't see a real correlation between ETH's price and the price of gas, although like in theory, the more people are using Ether, you're paying for gas, there's more buy pressure, but that's something that we haven't seen, I'd say, for the last three years. The price, I would say, is driven more by speculation at most cryptocurrencies. Today, it's still a small market whenever we see. So I don't think there's like fundamentally, or I would say, in practically speaking, a real correlation between the gas prices and the Ether price.
There you go. I knew I was wrong. So this is the proof of what I was saying.
You'd guess, right? There's a high price and more usage, that price will push up, and you'd guess there's correlation there. But I guess we'll have to see what is going to happen. So the last question, let's go around the table and see if you guys have any practical solution for users out there who are using the Uniswap and MetaMask and other platforms, are in the DeFi space and trying to get into the space, and how to avoid this high gas fee transaction. And do you have a practical solution where you can share? Basically, where can I transfer first and then try to avoid the high gas fee? Is there any solution out there? And if so, can you share?
I will start. Aleksandar. Just shortly, so a solution for like swaps, if you wanna swap one token to another, like exchange, just try limit orders. So we from 1inch, we are using 0x limit orders. Of course, they are also like painful because they have network fee, but this from our point of view, not necessarily. And also they have more gas usage because it's not really great optimized build. Of course, there's room to improvement, but still, to publish a limit order, it's not needed to pay gas for that. You just create a signature, you send the signature to a 0x match network, and any of the arbitrage traders or maybe other people who want just swap right now, they swap and pay your gas. So you can just for free set the limit order and just wait until it's taken.
Cool. And
so I can go quickly next. I mean, I don't want to. I'm typically reluctant to advertise like, hey, this is what we do, and to kind of champion here my company. But basically, we do have a set of APIs that we recently have rolled out for the DeFi world. And basically, one is to be able to send transactions that you make sure that your transaction reaches the mining pool hundreds of milliseconds sooner than others. Basically, we have an analysis showing that this creates huge opportunities for those who are utilizing this particular API. Another API that we have is a transaction feed. Basically, we are looking for the entire space, and we are pushing the transactions on this feed, so they can reach the trader or anybody else who is subscribed to it even before the miners hear about those transactions. And these are all valid transactions. So knowing what others are doing and helps you understand quickly, readjust, like Sergej's bot would, I think, benefit from something like this, so that you can actually do this stuff. And finally, one third kind of API that we are still doing rollout, but we are working on is we give you real-time feedback on the probability that your transaction that you have already sent to us is going to make it to the next block, because we monitor mempools and everything else. And hence, if you want to speed it up in real time, we can help you do that. So we are adjusting to the space, and basically these are some of the practical ways in which we help users survive these times.
I see.
I was going to say use tools for end users that will help you get the gas prices, and Aleksandar just have the platform, the right tool to do it. So I would say use Aleksandar's tool.
Yeah, you should. Well, if you say so, what can I do?
I mean, I was normally what I tell users is to use the websites like Eat Gas Station to learn to follow the gas prices and do transactions that you don't need to do them right now. Wait for the gas price to go down if it's not necessary right now. Sometimes users, they just want to sell and buy because they need the funds. But if the funds are not needed on the exchange, is not needed, maybe wait and leave it. Others that Sergej say are definitely a good solution because you're not the one that's paying. The only downside is that you're taking a risk of maybe not having them filled, and the canceling the transactions is an on-chain order, so you have to pay the gas for it. So there's always the pros and cons of each one, but yeah, make sure you're following the gas prices and do it at the right time.
Okay. Great. Thank you guys so much for the panel discussion. We have covered a lot, and there's a lot of solutions out there for solving the high gas fee at the present. So looking forward to some more news of your projects, and let's keep in touch for future panel discussions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.